3 years ago, I set out to construct the most powerful nootropic stack for focus, motivation, and sheer cognitive horsepower. I logged hundreds of hours, sampled endless amounts of cognitive performance chemicals, and ran beta tests with soldiers from the United States Army. And after massive experimentation and ruthless trial and error, my work had finally paid off. I found what I was looking for. What's up, everybody? How'd you like the Cortex video? I think selling crazy. You gotta get about a Cortex. Everybody loves it. Phenibut is the topic of discussion. So to put it simply, Phenibut is a derivative of GABA, and it's supposed to function in the brain similarly to GABA, the inhibitory neurotransmitter. GABA inhibits excessive functioning in the brain. You know, if you're calm and cool and good, you feel good, and you're controlled, you probably have good functioning GABA. You know, GABA plays various roles in your gut and your brain, throughout your body. People that have anxiety issues probably have GABA issues. You know, they're not producing enough, it's not working right, etc. Serotonin probably too. So, you know, Phenibut is effectively, it tries to do what you would think a GABA supplement would do, except for the GABA supplements have a hard time crossing the sac that prevents pathogens from entering your brain, among other things, called the blood-brain barrier. It's got a hard time traveling through the blood-brain barrier. So Phenibut was sort of made in part to correct that problem and to give the brain the GABA effect. Well, so it's supposed to essentially calm you down and have an anxiolytic effect, an anti-anxiety effect. What freaked me out a little bit about it is that people have reported taking dosages of 500 to 700 milligrams and the next day having a hangover, like a withdrawal effect, and feeling crappy the next day. So the dose range is between 250 and 1,000 milligrams. So I decided to try to be smart about it and just try to take a little less than that so I didn't run into any weird effects the next day. And so, you know, you could feel it out. You always want to start low and feel it out thereafter. So I took 220 milligrams. It's just 30 milligrams lower than the standard low dose, which is 250 milligrams. Normally, nootropics hit me in 25 minutes. I'm like, wow, Cortex or modafinil or something, we're just like right away. This took like about 45 minutes. And here's how it affected me. You know, I was sitting on my couch, and right about at the 45-minute mark, a profound calm just washed over me. It wasn't gradual, there wasn't a buildup, it just like, boom. You know, I looked up and I was like, whoa. It just started working. Well, really well. And, you know, I actually sat there for a few hours thinking about things. And basically what it was like, I mean, first of all, I felt super calm. I mean, it was a super anxiolytic, like theanine or ashwagandha times 10. But what was most profound about the experience for me is that I actually got to feel what it felt like again for the first time in like 10 years. I literally had this realization and walked away smarter because of this. Like, you know, I got to feel what it feels like again to think about things or to exist without any shred of an impediment from stress. None. You know, and it made me realize we all walk around every day and do things and think about stuff and we're like think about what's going to happen in an hour. And to some extent, there's an undertone of stress all the time. You know, there's always like low-level stress or high-level stress or medium-level stress, just stress happening all the time. And this made me feel what it feels like to not have that at all for hours. I mean, I literally just sat there and was like, wow, this is what this feels like, God. And it was profoundly calming and it was profoundly eye-opening and it made me feel really good and really calm. Not like weird or drowsy or any of that, just like good and calm and cool and unimpeded. You know, so it functioned as a nootropic for me. I just didn't want to work because I wanted to sit there and be like, wow, remember what this feels like. Try to achieve this other ways. You got to feel calm and good. And basically, it reminded me that that I've got to get control of the low-level stress that I always have going on. You know, whether more meditation, more sleep, more exercise, more whatever, you know, theanine, other supplements, herbs, etc. I've got to do that. I felt what it felt like, you know, again, after a long time, because I'm sitting there thinking like, man, I don't remember when the last time I felt like this was. What it actually feels like to exist and to think about things without having a low-level panic in the background all the time. It was very profound, very cool. I would totally suggest trying it, but again, you want to be smart, you know, take a low dose, work up from there, and happy experimenting. For me, the next day I felt fine. A little groggy, but I took a few other nootropics and went on a small jog, and I was fine. I was fine the next day. That's because I didn't take a big dose. Got to be smart about things, and that was it. Serotropic probably sells Phenibut still, and I got this months ago. I'm sure you can get it on some of the other bulk powder sellers on the web. I'm not too familiar. I mean, I stick with Serotropic and a few other people, and that's basically it. Pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. Thanks for watching.